Alright, boys and girls, today we're going to be looking at division with remainders. We're going to be using the place value sections method. I am in Unit 3, Lesson 5 on page 110. The first problem we're going to do today is number 8. So the first step that I know I need to do when I'm doing place value sections method is to draw my first box. I don't need to make it too big because the only thing I need to write in it for right now is my dividend. So 2,431 and my divisor 5 on the outside. I can make my list of multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I need to see how many times 5 can go into the first number, 2. I know that it can't go in at all, so I'm going to put my little X above. And now I'm going to go to the next number and look at it. So now I'm at 24 hundredths. I need to see how many times can 5 go into 24 without going over. 25 is too big, so I'm going to go 20, which was 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So you put a 4 above. Now I'm going to multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. I forgot a step. I need to go back, and if I didn't use the 3 and the 1, I need to put zeros above them. So now I'm actually multiplying 400 times 5, which is 2,000. I'm going to subtract those. I use this line on the bottom as my subtraction line, and I know that 2,431 minus 2,000 is 431. That's too big to be my remainder, so I'm going to draw a new box. Put my 431 at the top. How many times can 5 go into 4? Well, it can't, so I'm going to put a X above my hundreds. So I'm going to look at 43. 45, too big, so I'm going to go 40. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So my 8 goes above the 3. I didn't use my 1, so I'm going to put a 0 over it. Now I'm going to multiply 80 times 5. 80 times 5 is 40, plus the 0 is 400. So 431 minus 400, I'm going to do my subtraction and get 31. Still bigger than my divisor of 5, so I need another box. This time 31 is going to move up. How many times can 5 go into 31 without going over? 35 is too big, so it's going to go in 30. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I'm going to put it in my ones place. 6 times 5 is 30. When I subtract, I'm left with 1. 1 is smaller than 5, so therefore I know that this now is a remainder. Remember, I'm going to take this top number here, and I'm going to add them together, place values, and I get 486. So I'm going to transfer that up to the top. So it's in the hundreds place, so I'm going to put a 4. The 8 is in the tens, and the 6 is in the 1. And then take my remainder that I circled, big R, 1. So 2,431 divided by 5 is 486, remainder 1. Okay. Next problem we're going to look at is number 11. In number 11, I'm going to start again making my box and put my dividend in the box. 5,027. Put my 4 outside the box. Okay. Trying to see how many times can 4 go into 5. Well, if I put my multiples down the side, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. I can go into 5. 8's too big, so that means I only go into it one time. I didn't use the other three numbers, so I'm going to put zeros above them. 1,000 times 4 is 4,000. And I subtract. So I know that this is 27 with a 1. I'm going to go ahead and add up the next number. This 1027 is going to go up at the top. 4 can't go into 1, so that's an X. 4 can go into 10. 12's too big, so it's going to go twice. I didn't use my 2 or my 7, so those get zeros. 200 times 4, or 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 zeros. Subtract them, and I know that's 7, 2, and 2. Still too big, so I need to make another box. Take it to the top. 4 cannot go into the first two, so a little X. So I'm in my tens. 22 tens. How many times can 4 go into 22 tens? 20 would be the smallest number. 24 is too big, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I didn't use my 7, so I'm going to add a 0. 5 times 4 was 20. Don't forget to add my other 0. Next step is to subtract. And I get 27. Still too big to be my remainder, so we're going to make another box. Put 27 at the top. 4 can go into 27. 28's too big, so it's going to be 24. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. When I multiply those two together, I get 24, and when I subtract, I get 3. 3 is smaller than 4, so I circle it. It's my remainder now. Go ahead and add up the numbers on the top, which would equal an expanded place value, 1,256. I write them over the correct place values. Don't forget my big R and the number 3. If you forget this remainder up here, you will receive half off. I'm going to skip number 12 and go to number 13. I'd like you to circle 12 and 14 because you will do those on your own later. But let's look at 13 really quick. 3,631 divided by 9. First step. Draw my box. 3, 6, 3, 1 goes inside the box. 9 goes outside the box. If I do my 9s, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Can 9 go into 3? Nope, too small. So X over that, and I'm going to look at 36. 9 can go into 36 right on the dot, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I did not use my 3 or my 1, so I'm going to put zeros above them. Now I'm going to do 4 times 9, which I knew was 36, and my 2 zeros. Subtract. 3,631 minus 3,600 leaves me with 31. That's bigger than 9, so I need a new box. And I put 31 up top. How many times can 9 go into 31? Well, 36 is too big, so I'm going to go in 27. So that's 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times 9 was 27, and when I subtract, I get 4. 4 is smaller than 9, so I'm going to circle it. And all I have up top in my expanded form is 400 plus 3, which tells me that my answer is 403, big R, 4. This was using place value sections division when getting a remainder. Please go ahead and do number 12 and 14. You can use notebook paper or scratch paper, or you can do it off to the side in another spot in your book. go ahead and try those on your own.